And we are live. Welcome, everybody. Hello. My name's Wade. I'm on the Mugs live stream, and we've got some of the Season 3 LEGO Masters joining us today, and Michael. Just because Michael wanted to join us. Hi, Gabby. You just met the start.
Gabby! Hey, nice to meet you. Hello, old friends.
Oh, LEGO ladies.
We're surrounded by beautiful ladies. I love it.
Always, I'm sure.
Among the thorns, or the thorn among the roses. I don't know how that works. So, hi, my name's Wade. As you know, I run the Mugs live streams, and currently am the interim chair of the Mugs LEGO user group. Welcome to all the LEGO Masters that have joined us tonight. We might just go around. How does that work? Around the camera?
Around the room?
The Brady Bunch?
Not that I'm sure that everybody knows.
Na. Sorry.
We totally are though.
That way. So, Fleur.
Hi. I'm Fleur. I know most of you. Atlanta.
Hi, everyone. I'm Atlanta. Nice to meet you, and I'm dropping down to Amy. Hi, I'm Amy, or Foxy Floxy.
Hi, I'm Michael.
Just Michael.
I'm not sure how I fit in here, but anyway, I'm here. I'm just here. Hi.
It's the shirt that makes you get in. That's it.
Yeah.
Our lucky last. I'm Gabby. Hello.
Hi, welcome. So we just wanted to get you guys on. Are we halfway through the season yet? 5 episodes. How many episodes are we?
No, it's a longer season, I think.
There's a couple more.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I think Hamish did say it in the first step. He said it.
Yeah.
He said how many there were.
Okay.
Test for your memories. He said 14. I'm not going to make you go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there are 14. So we're not halfway yet. We're nearly halfway.
Not even close. Yeah. Getting there.
And how are you guys finding the whole LEGO Masters experience? Is that a can of worms to open?
Not at all. I think all of us are having very different experiences for it. Like, look, we're the first ones out. So we didn't get hit with a brunt of everything that everybody else is getting hit with. So our experience has been probably pretty different to everyone else's. We've gotten a lot of love, gotten a bit of hate. I think it's pretty standard. But apart from that, like, I met a group of incredible, amazing people that I now have in my life, which are now I classify as family, because I have an all right connection with my family, but I do believe your family is the one that you get to choose. So so now I have that, and I love it so much. So that's what I've gotten from it, and I love it.
I 100% agree. Like, yeah. Everyone just becomes your family. This is, yeah.
Because you guys were filming like in the height of COVID, right? And
yeah, it was.
How did that experience
Melbourne
sort of
hard
impact?
lockdown.
We started filming the day after restrictions lifted. Sorry, Claire.
No, you go for it, Gabby. Go.
Yes, we started filming the day after restrictions lifted in Victoria. So the Victorians had been in lockdown for about 5 months and hadn't talked to anyone. And suddenly we were amongst not only other people, but our people, like LEGO nerds. It was just heaven. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had met our people.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience filming it. Yeah, for sure. Like, and it's so strange having, like, we film it, it's so intense, we're all together, and then there's like this lull when nothing happens, and then the show goes to air, and then it's crazy. Yeah, absolutely crazy. For Sarah and I already, it's just been such a roller coaster. Started on such a high with winning the first episode, and then Ryan. And then we've already had 4 lows, so roller coaster. Yeah.
Awesome. And
I like Matt's question.
All right. So we have a couple of questions from the audience, so I might throw to the audience at the moment. The first thing is, did you all know your building partners before you joined the show?
We're allowed to ask. We're allowed to answer. I asked Endemol. No,
Yeah,
we didn't.
Go for
Not
it.
all of us did. Sarah and I did not know each other.
Wow, that does not.
Jeff and I were very lucky. We knew each other.
I hope so. You've been
Yeah.
living together.
It'd be awkward if we didn't live together. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ryan and I
me
met.
knew each
Yeah.
other. Briefly, we knew each other before the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
how
think
long?
Ryan and I we met
before-
the day before we started filming the first episode or something in person.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with
Covid,
Sarah
yeah.
and I.
Couldn't
We've
go
been
anywhere.
talking
Sarah
on
and
Zoom, but lockdown,
It was-
so we hadn't had a chance to see anyone else.
I think it was
Yeah.
5 or 6 weeks because there was actually, it was about 2 weeks and then it was filming was delayed by about 3 or 4 weeks. So that was good.
Okay.
That we were able to build a bit of rapport
Yeah.
over that time and sort of, talk a bit more. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I struggle to remember people's names on the best of days, and if you just met the day before, I'm like, my partner. Or,
Yeah, that could have been
So half
did very well on
the
camera.
teams knew each other and half the teams didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are 4 teams that were paired up from individual people. Yeah.
Ah.
Mm.
And actually, I think, and Gabby and I being the old married couple, we actually did well not to call each other our respective
true.
spouses' names too. I think that was
I-
particularly in this
Honestly,
tense
you have that
moment.
married vibe on the show. Like you do have that married vibe. So
Ali
Yeah.
and Jesse.
yeah.
Yeah. My husband's
Yeah.
watching the show
So
going,
it is
yeah, I
pretty funny
recognise
how
that look.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So-
Gabby actually apologised for a few things. With I'm so sorry for talking around the way, and Ali go, oh no, I would have been all over him for that shitty time management too.
Yes. Yes.
No, he would have driven me nuts. Oh god.
I did get
Oh.
Ryan's wife's permission to sort of, speed him up a bit.
Back the whip out. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you manage the time? Like I know the episodes are sort of filmed over a few days, like the longer time periods are filmed over a few days. Do you get like time to just go back to the hotel or wherever you're staying and Google building techniques or any sort of hints and tricks?
So I
or
talked to Billsy about this
do
the
you
other
get
day.
your phones taken off you so you can't?
So lunch breaks we did. Like for a
Sometimes.
majority we get monitored, right? At nights when they're,
Okay.
we're gonna go home. Like no one's got cameras in our faces when we're in home. We're gonna practice and things.
Yeah.
There's no way that's not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Unless you're like 40,
Okay.
like some of us.
And you wanna go to
we just
sleep?
crash and went
Sleep very good.
Go home to bed.
I
So how did you find the actual variety of bricks? Did you go home and find something you wanted to do, but then those bricks weren't in the brick pit, or was there a lot of good stuff, a good variety, or was there a constant struggle? What was the
Should I answer
supply
that one?
like?
Ryan,
Go for it.
careful.
Ryan.
I think my face is telling. Look, there's definitely some gaps in some of the parts, but of course, anyone who's taken 10 seconds to look at the Bricklink library, it is physically impossible to have everything.
Yeah.
For sure.
A few of us, I think, Gus, particularly, he and I had a few conversations about some of our, I guess, what we would call our meat and potatoes, sort of, the core business parts. A few weren't there, but then it was about there was enough things in there that you could just find a different solution. It just might not be your first preference. But
Yeah.
I guess probably after about episode 2, we all had a pretty good handle on what was there. And so you just started designing with
Yeah.
those in your like I even had a conversation with Gus, what else
Did
do
you
you
have-
want there? So I think I've actually just got used to using this palette. That's just what you do.
Did you ever have to go steal parts from someone else's table because they grabbed them first?
There was talk about that, actually. The horses. Did you actually give any of those horses back, Fleur?
I gave one. Like just like, oh, there you go, there's one. Then I felt like I was generous.
I know they came to our table, but we had like 4 white horses, or that was the goal, and I think we had 2. And we're like, we are not giving up a single horse. Get away.
Yeah. We did give we gave foliage to Owen and Gus during the the episode that's just been tonight because they needed more for because their tree was massive. So we gave them some foliage from our buckets for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very generous.
We pretty much knew that it didn't matter what we put on our tree at that point.
I just watched the end of the episode. Oh, heartbreaking. It's always heartbreaking to see someone go. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard one to rip off.
We have a question from Hannah. Was there any cool parts in the brick pit that you hadn't seen before or hadn't used before?
There's actually a lot of new pieces that aren't in there.
Okay.
So there's a lot of new little bits that I found that I was like, oh, I'm gonna go grab this, and it wasn't there. So there was a couple pieces which are from this year, last year I would say, that they haven't added them in yet.
Okay.
I did find
imagine
it.
it sort of carried over from previous years.
Oh, the parts.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
parts are sort of.
I was wondering if they kept the parts from last year and just added to them for this year, or if they just restocked the
We
brick pit.
definitely found a few bent ones and ones that had glitter, evidence of slime.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're like washed, but like a
Exploded
bit of glitter
bricks.
stuck in the very
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
thing.
Oh.
And I
but-
think
I guess that's why they're not doing the slime and the glitter so far.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Hamish has stolen a lot of the good minifigs too.
Oh yeah, definitely. The
So I'm pretty sure there are minifigs in the first season on the wall that I didn't see this time.
No.
Check his pockets. What was it like working with Hamish?
Amazing.
Yeah, he's exactly how he is on telly. That's how he
Yeah.
is in real life too. When you're having a conversation with him, it's he makes you feel so comfortable, and he's just so funny. He's awesome.
Well, yeah, like even once the cameras were off, he'd just like prop up on a table and he'd just like chat to us. Like he's so down to earth and just such a bro. He's so great.
Was
Did
he
you ever have to
distracted?
tell him to move on because he was distracting you?
Okay.
We did, that was the
He
goal.
kept saying Brick of Doom over and over again. I think he said Brick of Doom about 20 times.
I'm really hoping that Brick of Doom disappears soon.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm a school teacher, and there's about 650 kids at my school, and I reckon I've heard the Brick of Doom at least 1,300 times. I reckon even I even had a teacher, one of my colleagues, put a black 2x4 in my pigeonhole as a bit of a.
Oh,
Oh.
sneaky.
I'm desperate to shake it.
So how are you finding being out in public and your day-to-day day jobs and that? Are people recognizing you all, or what's sort of going on?
It's insane.
As I said,
It's
mine's
insane.
actually just a small world. Within school, I'm a rock star, but
Yeah.
pretty much everywhere else, nah.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
I went
waiting
out in
for
the
them to
weekend
say.
with. I went out with
Everybody
Heston in the weekend to Diamond Valley Railway, and I got like swamped by 10-year-old girls who literally couldn't even speak. They were like hyperventilating. It was so bizarre. I was like, I'm not Justin Bieber. I'm just this chick who likes Lego. And they were like literally going like, and I'm like, it's okay. And it was crazy. I would have had 40 people ask me for photos just on one afternoon. I can't go to the supermarket without people stopping me. It's so weird, but you know, we've had the camera in our face a lot, so yeah.
You need to get some like 2x2 bricks and sign them and just hand them out like business cards.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
some of us are doing.
It is crazy.
I'm not a narcissist, but here's what I prepared earlier.
I saw one
yeah.
of the local brick printing companies has made the Brick of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
Dean
that.
has, yeah.
Could just
Thanks,
like, order a
Dean.
whole bunch.
So
Smart.
good. We went to a toy and comic convention expo yesterday, and Trent was selling there, and he's like, "Oh, you guys should come." So we went down there, and before we even got in there, Josh was telling people that we were coming, so people were waiting for us. And then we got in there and had to sign things and photos, and it's weird. We went to the Lego store the day before. Nothing, absolutely nothing. But went to this place like this and just got swamped. It was amazing. It's a good experience.
Awesome. We have a question from the audience again. What was it like with all the cameras in your face all the time?
Confronting. It was crazy.
I saw on the tonight's episode when they were putting the Rocket Man on the rocket, how they had the cameras surround the table. Do you have to call them over when you're doing big things like that? Like
They just
No, they
They're
just
always
They
there.
know.
They're on it.
and they get right up in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that
really
one was
hard.
that one was extra comical, but that they're just constantly there. And if you say something to your partner, like, oh, geez, I don't know how we're going to go with this, there's just instantly attention.
Yeah.
Like, I got very, I think Gabs and I were talking about the proportions of the boobs that we're putting on our thing, and that sparked interest. And then they saw me go red, so then our story producer
So
came in,
good.
and he's like,
Yeah, you were so red.
Yeah.
I was watching the episode
Really
tonight. And I was like,
his head off, just going,
It's enjoying that so
much. Mine is actually sweating bricks here. But yeah, they just know. That's what that's their game. They don't
They're
really
following
care that
it.
we're making it. They go, they're there to produce a fantastic show, and if we make a good TV moment,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
You've got school tomorrow, don't you, Ryan? You've got work tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah.
You've got work tomorrow, don't you? Oh.
and
It's gonna be
not
great.
in my classroom with my usual 27 that I can sort of negotiate with. I've got grade 4s, and it's 4 different classes of grade 4s. So I am going to
They're
get
just discovering boobs.
Classic.
And you might find something different in
What
your
a gem.
pigeonhole tomorrow.
So funny.
little push up.
I mean, I would say with the camera crew, like, they are the most beautiful, amazing people. They really are. I mean, there are moments where, you know, I was in tears because things were really effing up, and they have to be right in your face, and you don't want to talk about it. And they're like, let's talk about it. And your producer's there, and they're all zooming in your face crying, but you know that these guys really don't like having to do that because they're really beautiful humans who generally cared about us so much. They were such incredible people, and you actually just develop this really strange relationship with them because it's like family as well. They're really beautiful. They're gorgeous.
It was nice because they weren't really supposed to talk to us. I
yeah.
think.
But they did.
But so any little comment you got out of them, any little wink or like thumbs up about something on your build, you knew that it just felt extra special because you kind of wiggled it out of them.
I actually thought we had a special thing with one of the cameramen because he was, giving us a couple of little, little
Winks,
ideas.
Not ideas about the build, but just
make sure you think about it, about how we're going to look at it. And then went back to the green room, and then, he said that to us too. Oh, no, he told us to do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
They're pretty good. They're very professional.
He loves everyone.
Yeah.
But I did feel sorry for them because they used to like filming. Some of them work on the AFL, and exciting stuff. And then sometimes they just had to film 10 hours of people laying bricks on a mountain. Exactly, it's not going to be the most exciting gig that you can get as a cameraman.
There's probably a reel there where we're all apologising to them as well. Like, I'm so sorry you have to watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Occasionally, if I like bricking up that mountain in the first episode, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to be doing this for the next 6 hours. So if you've got enough, you could probably go sit down.
Take a seat, Go get a coffee. We'll still be here.
They were funny during episode 1 for us because when the face fell off the first time, and actually fell off like 4 times, they just didn't show it 4 times. And I remember one of them saying to me, "Oh, are you going to put it on again? Do you think it'll fall off?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably, mate. Stay around. Stick around. Join the show."
Do they get you to restage something if like the face falls off? Do you have to redo it again?
Oh, no.
Try and pretend it? Or
No, never.
With the tree that got destroyed tonight and then rebuilt, do they just come in and ask you to just knock it off again? No.
Nope. They just get it. They're just clever.
That's
The
it.
building component of it all, and the competition was all pretty much what you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
occasionally get told to hold something just for a close up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just
Like your boobs,
they get a
Ryan.
shot of- yeah. I was thinking the dog, but anyway. But yeah,
You're
Oh,
making
yeah.
it red again.
they do the out of focus, the everybody talking shot, and then they do another shot of you holding it so they can cut to it. But yeah, I don't want to talk about food ever again.
I think, yeah. I think that's not
We
going to
do.
happen.
We do.
Yes.
So the
I
lounge
think there's going to be a lot of food conversations in the
ever
future.
again.
They put that clip of you making them run up on the Lego Masters Facebook page, and before the episode had ended, like 2,000 people had watched.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good solid
Yeah.
clickbait.
You're gonna go
for
viral.
it.
So good.
Lego boobies.
No is live for one day, and I'm going to cop boobs for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Yeah, Hannah, I agree. They were glorious. I wish my boobs looked like that.
Hey, Fleur, a little bit of plastic enhancement, and anything is possible.
Lego's plastic, yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Welcome.
David,
David?
perfect timing. Save
We're
my
getting
week.
everyone.
No.
David, do you want to talk
David,
about
if you wanna
boobs
come say
too?
hi.
Yeah, you joined in the right time.
Why is joined in?
Mr. Ryan made boobs.
Oh, Matthew, we all agree with that comment.
Bye.
Hello.
Wade, please tell me that this is Mugs Up Late.
Uh,
It is
It's
after
not
9,
9:30.
so-
Oh, it's after
Should have worn a
9:30.
low cut.
Wow.
ready. So, you know,
Jeff's
we
actually
can go back
unpurling.
and edit it, right?
Jeff's on Bricklink at the moment. I know, he's actually doing Lego things. We've got a big mock that we're doing, so he's trying to get all the source, all the parts for us.
Cool.
Is there any
Yeah.
spoilers?
I can probably show you, yeah.
Ooh, cool.
Why? We've freaking posted it everywhere, Jeff. It's fine.
Is it on your Instagram or something?
I talked about it on my Instagram.
Who's the old
you could
married couple
literally
now?
Just go and find it. You can see that?
Sick.
Is that from The Mandalorian?
No, that's the Ross Anante from The Expanse. It's about
Sorry.
this.
Can-
You can't
can-
see my
can you hold
hands,
it up
but
again?
it's out here. Yeah, easy.
I'll put you on full screen.
Yeah, easy. Boop.
Oh,
Put on my
cool.
ring lights.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, it's about
That's sick.
it's huge.
Awesome.
It's a big one.
We lost David, I think.
We did.
He'll be back. I think
He'll
the
be-
internet might have.
Um,
He'll be back.
So what was the days like? How long did the days go for? Did they break up the challenges and sort of what sort of hours were you doing?
12, 14
like-
hours?
Yeah, it's like 12,
Mm.
14 hour days.
From
Wow.
from
So
go
it'd be
to
like
yeah, from pick up to drop
7
off.
a.m. up and makeup and stuff, or what?
Yeah.
I like picked up
had to
at
do
6
makeup
to
before.
6:30, ready, camera
Yeah.
ready.
Camera ready.
Yeah.
Get up at 4:30.
Not really
Yeah.
on set till 8:30.
Same.
Mm.
yeah, you
We
put
did
in
our
your-
own-
doing this thing.
Yeah, it sucked being a woman because we did our own hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And Owen
Yeah,
and Owen had to do all his own hair.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
He found clothes as well. He made a couple of shirts, so he was making his clothes as well.
yeah, he was. He was.
I've heard from other like previous Lego Masters, you have to have like a couple copies of the same shirt, so you appear 3 days in a row with the same clothing, or just
We
wash,
do a lot of
They just
washing.
cleaned them for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
They
a lot of
stay on
washing.
set.
dry clean everything between shows.
Oh, not everything, just the shirt.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
And so you did
TMI.
like 8 hours worth of building, and then you do
Around
like
that.
interviews and things,
Yeah.
or
It
what was
depends.
the?
Most of you, like let's say we started at the start of the week. Most of the morning of the first Monday was all the under the roller door, hearing about the challenge. Then you might be stopped down because sometimes they didn't have the thing set up, so you do that part, and then you'd come back in once they had it set up because they didn't want you thinking about it just yet. And
Okay.
then you might be starting to, be filming your idea from about lunchtime, and then you'd finish up about 6:30 that night. and then you'll start again the next morning, pretty much straight on the bricks. And depending on the length of the challenge, you might either have judging that afternoon or the next day. I think most of them were 2 days, I think.
2 or 3 days. It depends on the length.
Interviews on the 3rd day.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when would they do the little interviewee bits that they clip?
The last day.
They were the hardest.
Obviously after it's all happened.
Yeah.
We're giving away trade secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we were right there in the moment. We were in 2 places.
Yeah, we just stopped. Yeah, we were completely relaxed.
Yeah.
Talk about
That was just
If it
inside our
happened,
heads.
we'd go. We'd come back, continue. No.
And so you have to pretend that you haven't won yet? Is that how it goes? You got to pretend you haven't won, and then you get.
You got to pretend you haven't been
excited again?
eliminated. That's where the acting comes in.
Oh,
That's the hardest.
Yeah.
wow.
I think that the unsung heroes, I think in this, like, there's a lot of crew that are just awesome, but the poor story producers, I think, have got the hardest job. They have to sit there and listen to the garbage that we talk about constantly. And then on interview day, it's their job to remind you, to put you back in that moment so that you talk about it like you're about to do something. So we're sitting there and we're thinking, what can we do to add to this model? Because I don't want, when we did the, no. Has to be like we're about to do it. And
current tense.
We are doing that.
I'm going to be honest with you.
That would be soul destroying work.
I'm pleasantly
Clearly
surprised
don't have my hand up for that job.
they were going to put subtitles whenever I talked.
No, you can hear you perfectly.
No, you're fine.
They need subtitles and half of us talk because we're all talking in bricks and studs and technical language.
Yeah, at least have little pictures. 1x4 is.
Yeah.
Hi, Jeff.
That was our theory on why David. Hello. That was our theory on why David didn't make it to the first cut of the ads, because they figured that they didn't want to have to put subtitles on an ad.
I got to tell you, Ryan, I'm a little bit disappointed with the crash tonight. With all the hype and airtime that he had, I thought they were gonna show your blood and they were gonna show my glasses flying around and.
What? Someone bled and
when you crashed into each other from the brick pit.
Yeah, with my glasses, I had a box, so I had all my bricks sorted because I was gonna start building with colors, the rainbow.
Yeah, all the rainbows.
Okay.
And when we crashed into each other with my glasses, I hit Ryan's forehead, so I caught him a bit, and my glasses fell into the bucket, and I couldn't find my glasses because they were covered by bricks, so I didn't know where my glasses were.
And we actually shattered the bucket as well.
Wow.
it was like a Velma from Scooby Doo kind of moment.
Yeah, my glasses.
Yeah.
I was very happy that they didn't show the bit where I went around the corner and had a little swear and said, "That really hurt."
I was really mad because we kept talking about the door, that we should open the door a little bit more, and they kept closing it a little bit, and we kept opening. And I said, I don't know if you can hear me, but after Ep 2, I think I started screaming every time I went to the brick pit. I would scream, "Coming in, coming out, coming in."
Yeah, you and
I think we all started doing that just for safety, like workplace health and safety. We were all coming in, coming out the whole time, and then by the end, it kind of just turned into in, out, because we didn't even have time to say all the words.
I remember last season they had like a giant mirror in the corner so you could see around the corner. Mustn't have been there this year.
No, we didn't have that.
No.
I dare say that probably would
That's
play
what they
havoc.
wanted. The collision.
Yes. The chaos.
The chaos. The drama. The bricks everywhere.
Took out the mirror and swapped it with a dispenser.
Yeah. Beautiful sanitizer.
Oh yeah, the hand sanitizer. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because we had to do that every time we were in and out.
Fun times, COVID times.
Yeah.
Jess, we have a question for you. Kate would like to know where you get your clothes.
Amazing. It's actually funny because I tend to do a lot of op shopping because I just love that cycle of kind of like reusable stuff. So I donate all of my old clothes or clothes that I no longer am using or wearing to op shops, and I often do a lot of op shopping there. So I've picked up some amazing pieces. I'm pretty sure the green and white kind of tropical one I think I got for an op shop. The dress I wore last night was from mine. I'm trying to think of where else. A few different places. I'd like to say all the trendy places, but not that trendy.
Awesome. We also have a request from our Brickvention friends, Michael Peebles, who runs Brickvention. We'd like to know where we can get a snow globe table from. Anyone?
We'd like to know that too.
Tell him to talk nicely to Ryan. Ryan,
not this one. This one knows nothing. Yeah.
This one knows
Having PTSD from it, so probably
that's where I would start.
No, I'm kidding.
I could make the rest of the mechanism that blows and I put in half the number of polystyrene balls in it. But I just want to know where they got the globes from.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend using polystyrene balls. I think the crew had to clean up after that episode. We're a bit dark.
I was looking at the static on it, and it just seemed to cling to.
It was awful.
Yeah,
I would have loved. We were always ushered off set pretty quickly after things, and I would have loved to have seen that when they went there.
I don't know how they got them out. He's giving you the answer. There you go.
There we go.
Can you make it a ninth one? And how many was there? I don't know. But they'll never repeat that. Surely they're available as prop sales or something.
We'll have a look for them. I'm sure we can get a snow globe.
Hey Ryan, maybe if you show Dave your boobs, you might get what you want.
Yeah, flash your room.
Sorry? What? Someone thinks the message.
Yeah, there's a lot of static.
Oh, I think it's Jess. Sorry, whenever you unmute.
Jess, I think you're crackling a little bit. Yeah.
Ryan,
so it was quieter, so that no one could hear in the background. I'm in the car. Sorry, I've just finished rehearsal and I wanted to jump on and see everyone and say hi. So I'm literally just chilling in my car in the middle of nowhere just because I wanted to connect with you guys so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
So hi from my car on my phone.
Amazing. Love it. Love your commitment to the Lego group.
I love you guys.
A couple of other questions from the group. Are you allowed to take photos of your models when you make them, or do you get your phones taken off you and not allowed to take photos of yourself?
No phones.
Can you at least point the photographer to the little...
Well,
you're allowed to at least point.
I don't know if you guys have gotten. I don't know if you guys have gotten any, but Hamish took about a ton of photos from all the models, and I really want to get my hands on Hamish's phone because he's got all the photos. Oh,
okay,
we will all start just messaging him every day. Let's just bombard him with messages until he reads them.
And on that note, do you guys run your Instagrams at the moment, or is it run by the marketing machine?
It depends on if you're comfortable running it or not.
They have our password.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have access to it.
But we run it. We do run it.
It's us writing the comments and it's us, pushing the content out and stuff. So it's all, I guess, vetted by them more so than run by them.
Do they get in there and delete the troll messages or anything like that?
No, not to know all the creepy DMs. They leave them.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I haven't had any troll messages. I'm not that exciting.
I'll troll you, Ryan.
I'll send you some stuff. No.
Yeah. Put a call out for all the trolls to assemble.
That's just our relationship. That's fine.
Yeah. I wonder if I sent you a bikini model shot, whether that would get deleted by Channel 9 or not.
Ooh. Do it.
Good bikini mums. Another question is: do you get to keep any of the models, or are they keeping any of the models?
I think they might have kept a couple. I suspect that the winners tonight, I think that model might be on a shelf somewhere. But no, often the bricks would be back in the brick pit the next day.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't keep the fox.
I feel like Brickman might just have that fox in his house. Like,
yeah.
No, because then every day he would cry. He'd want both.
That's true.
I don't know how true this is, but I think they gave away a few of the winners from last season. So they kept a few for the contest. So I don't know if they kept any this year.
But yeah, they definitely haven't told us about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there any models that you built that you'd love to have another go at and recreate, or are you guys on to bigger and better things, or either something we've seen or something that may be coming up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, we can't talk about coming up, but I would love to have Kitty Cash on the wall back here. And looking at her face today, I'm thinking there is no way in hell I'm going to remember how I built that face.
Yeah, looking at her face, you were right.
You're looking at her face, huh?
Yeah.
No, the
eyes up there where they run.
Long spheres. But the face, what you didn't see on camera was I would do something and then go and say, nah, it looks like she's grimacing. Needs to have more of a grin. Oh, okay.
I was like, sorry,
Ryan.
It was like, it was quite polite most
No. Honestly.
Do you want us to get the meme out, Gavin? No.
It became like a Frankenstein of 12 different ideas that were just slotted and hoped to hold together, and thankfully it did. But no, I'd love to have Kitty on the back here. That's still together. Animal Shine, if you're watching this, I will pay good money for that.
I know that previous models, like the winners from season 1, were at Legoland Melbourne. Like the model is owned by Legoland Melbourne. So I don't know. And I know season 2, one of the models made it to Bondi. So yeah, maybe this year. I see Ryan's exhibitions all around the place, and I was wondering, like, I was hoping that they'd do a Lego Masters exhibition with all the models, but I can just imagine the amount of bricks they'd need to replace in the brick pit just to keep the show going.
Yeah, we do use a lot of bricks.
Heaps.
Yeah. I think there's also the difference with Ryan's ones that can tour wherever. They're all glued. They've got steel rods. Some of ours are really held together by a wing and a prayer.
Have you met Big Mingo?
I don't think anyone here would ever say that they're a 12-hour build. It sounds like a long time in terms of like for a TV build, but every other build you do, you'd spend that just thinking about it. It's
or just focusing on one little thing that you're not going to be able to even see it on TV.
Yeah,
a few of the builds we just focus on a mechanism or something that is going to take 5 hours, and you're not even going to see it.
Yeah. There's another question in the comments. Were you able to order special bricks or any other bricks that weren't in the brick pit? No.
I think if a lot of people wanted certain things, I think we probably could. One of the things that there was none of the 1x1 rounds with a hole through them.
Yeah.
They're great for like sticking things into, and I think that I was probably a bit vocal about it on microphone for the first couple of builds, and they started kind of appearing. So maybe unofficially, but no, there was no sort of process for like.
I mean, if that was the process, I think Ryan, there would have been so many bricks. Because I feel like every 5 minutes, but I spent a lot of time in the brick pit, and I feel like every time I walked in, Ryan was like, "Why don't they have this piece? I need this exact piece." And I was just like, "Look at all of these pieces. This is amazing." And I was like, "But I want this specific one." So I feel like if just complaining about it was the way to get them, then Ryan would have had everything he wanted in the brick pit.
You should have been really saying, "I need monorail track, monorail track."
Yeah, mate, we'd steal it. They were really good with if you ran out, like when we're doing the geisha head, the black pieces in her hair, they were the sloped I can't even find the word for the brick at the moment. They're sloped and shiny and pretty, and I used about 300 within the hair, and I kept running out, and they would go and find more for me, or I would be digging through tile boxes and going, I need more white 1x2, 2x2 tiles, and they were amazing at going and getting boxes of stuff. And there was a special drawer, which I had to get on a chair for because I'm too short, but it was a good drawer. It came with gifts. We liked the drawer. Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Possibly.
Look, one day I thought, what the hell is Fleur doing? And then I realized that she'd made a special request for a box of like 200 red 2x2. Like, what? You can do that?
Yeah, right.
That's true.
Like,
you could ask for things that they might have back in the storeroom and things like that. But and they'd try, but it's not like
just
it was
said
guaranteed.
please.
Yeah.
Just please.
Points. I did get those that set of train track points, and then after our 5-minute delay, it's hilarious. The first thing I do is I go up to the secret drawer and retrieve my train track that I don't know is there because I'm amazed about being.
I can't believe you talked about the secret drawer. You're going to be getting emails from Channel 9 in the morning, all of you. I said nothing.
And
we'll know.
I don't even speak English, Gabby. So.
I think the thing is when you're building, you're under such time pressure and you just go the whole time. You think you need something specific and then you kind of ask if it's there, but by the time you like kind of think whether it's there and look to get it or they might bring it, by then you've solved the problem and created 500 other things you've got to solve. So it's not like you could just be like, oh, I need this, bring it to me. Like, you know, it definitely didn't happen like that. So it's still lots of problem solving, lots of, you know, working with what you have and things like that.
So I know that there's a few Bricklink stores that are friends of Mugs that have received some panic orders from Lego Master stuff.
Wow.
So that's some of your stock that had come in.
Well, the thing is, sometimes you could ask for the bricks. You could ask for the bricks, but for the same episode, they wouldn't be able to get them. And it's delayed. Yeah.
So the most important question asked by one of our groups is, why did no one ask for the ghosts?
I think we actually
they would have been pocketed.
They're not idiots. They might be television production, but they know when they go and do think $50. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, you're just showing off, Wade. You and your goat collection, you're just showing off now.
I recently spent an obscene amount of money on goats, so I have to show them off every time I mention them. So, you know.
I'm shocked.
I prefer your bricks and pieces photos when you get your little bag of love from of, like random coloured like seals and all that sort of stuff. Like,
yeah, I have. If you can see, like my computer desk, it's just covered in bricks and pieces orders. So yeah, I just have it everywhere.
Isn't goat like greatest of all time? So we could definitely make a joke about like the greatest of all time were already there building, you know, Lego Masters, all of that. No? All right.
Oh, goat. Okay, it took me a while.
All right, guys. I'm glad they cut out the rest of my jokes on the show.
I'm sure we'll get some
good.
more.
A cat to distract us. Excellent.
I thought it was a bit harsh, Jess, with Hamish imitating your laugh making the cut.
I actually haven't seen that episode because I've been flat out. So
sorry.
All right.
I got a lot of support messages, so I figured there must have been something hilarious that happened. So, and someone did mention that Hamish imitated my laugh. I think it's pretty distinctive. So I did notice Brickman also copying my other iconic trait, which is I did see that on one of his posts, I think recently. So I feel like I've cracked Brickman now, and you know it's contagious. So everyone's just walking around, which is hard not to do. You know, going through such an amazing experience, like everything is just wow and excitement. So I think it's a pretty natural reaction for everyone who's, you know, lucky enough to be there. So
okay. We have another question from the audience. What's your hardest build so far? Like, I guess we've only 5 episodes in. So far, what's been the hardest build for everyone?
Ooh, all of them.
Is it getting harder each episode, or is it getting easier?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, tonight for me was the hardest. I had one of my best friends died the night before we filmed it. It was brutal, and it was very hard to just even do anything, let alone build. And then our build went badly, and it was incredibly tough. Yeah, it was incredibly tough. It's hard to compartmentalize when you have stuff outside happening. So tonight was pretty difficult, and obviously our half and half animal Jabba the Hutt was shit. Yeah.
Frill neck lizard
Good
shark.
time. Yeah, whatever the fuck it was. I'm sorry, swearing. Whatever it was.
Take it, Fleur.
I love you,
They'll
Fleur.
edit it out in post, Fleur. Don't worry.
It was so
You're allowed
bad,
to do
mate.
This
Just
is
never
live
wanted-
stream, isn't it?
This is
Nah,
live
it's
stream,
fine.
yeah.
It's on YouTube.
It's after 10 o'clock. It's
No one's
after 10
watching.
o'clock. It's all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry, anyone who's offended by that. Oops.
No children are awake.
So, if so far the hardest build's been tonight, what are we seeing in the future? I know I said I wouldn't ask, but inquiring minds want to know. Because
You
it just
can't
gets
ask.
harder.
I don't
We have
speak
no
English.
answers.
I think I already told you, Wade, I don't speak English, so
You
I won't be able to
know what the hardest? I'm going to answer this creatively. The hardest build isn't the build you're doing; it's about beating everyone else in the room. That to basically, it's one thing to come up with an idea, but it's another thing to be so confident of it that you think at hour 1, it's at the end of this build, it's going to be good enough to take it out, get the immunity, or get rid of the brick of doom or whatever. That's always, every build is like so stressed about getting it finished and getting it well done and beating everybody else. That's the hardest.
And
Is
I
it
think,
hard
like,
looking
everyone-
around the room and going, my build sucks compared to everyone else? Like, do you get that? Oh.
I think the amount of talent from everyone this season was just insane. People are saying that we're using a lot more mechanisms and motors this season, and is because everyone was trying to find that extra bit that was going to help you get over the line, because they kept telling us all the time as well that it was really close, it's really close, it's really close. And you could see it from everyone. The builds are amazing, and they look even more amazing on screen.
Yeah.
Watching the episode so far, I've watched every episode probably 2 or 3 times already, because this is amazing to watch what everyone does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
you kind of wish it was live almost, so you could watch the episode as you're filming, so you can sort of see what everyone else is doing. And
a few times we would walk out of the studio and they had all the cameras, all the monitors from the cameras, and we would stop and look at what the cameras were saying. And there was this pushes, move along, get out.
I don't think it's so tricky. I mean, when you're building and you're under the pressure, you're kind of not really looking too much at everyone else's. You're just focusing on your own and doing what you need to do, and working out what needs to happen to put everything together. To just do the best that you can, and then you kind of finish, and you're happy with what you've done, and you're so proud of it. And then you look around the room and think, wow, everyone else is amazing. And I think it's that. I don't know about everyone else, but we definitely had that feeling like, oh, we've done so well, we've done everything we wanted, we're really happy with it, and then look around the room and think, oh my goodness, we haven't done enough, kind of thing.
Were you trying to have tunnel vision to just focus on your build and not look at everyone else's?
Yeah.
We don't
You're
have
on
time to
that
look at
pressure,
anyone
like you
else's.
gotta. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes mentally you need to
especially,
do that because everyone's so good.
Especially the snow globe challenge. Everyone's builds looked incredible. Before the snow hit, after the snow hit, they looked stunning. And so even Brickman during that, everything, he's like, it's 5%. everyone's build, this is the closest it's ever been. So,
Wow.
yeah, amazing.
Ryan, a question has been directed to you. Is the time factor something you couldn't get used to?
I'm not sure which aspect Steve's going on with that time factor, as in time management, or yeah. Look, I did find it hard because often, and I find this in my regular work, like I do my best work in the last hours, the last minutes, once the pressure's really on, and that's when a light bulb just bang. Same with getting ready for brickvention. You know, pretty much guaranteed I won't sleep the 2 days before brickvention because that's when I'm doing the last bits for Soda or whatever. So yeah, you just kind of. I mean, yeah. I think Gabs and I got better at. Well, Gabs got better at managing me on that front. But yeah, probably left to my own resources. I don't mean that negatively.
No, we had an agreement that I would project manage the build. Yeah. We planned that. I mean, Ryan was very upfront about the fact that time management wasn't his strength. And so we had a kind of a plan that one of us would come up with a schedule and we would keep each other to it. But you know what it's like when you're building, you just want to get something right. So sometimes the schedule goes a little bit out the window. I think that happened to all of us.
So that's one thing that they, of course, don't show because of when we cut overnight. One of the things that Gabby and I, well, Gabby did, that we did together, but Gabby would rule up a page and say, how many hours do we have left? Okay, we've got 4 hours. This is what we're going to try and accomplish in the first hour. This is what we're going to accomplish in the second hour. This is what we're going to, and this is the cream. If we don't get to this, that's okay. But at least and if we haven't finished that by then, that doesn't get in. And we both contribute those ideas. And what are you doing? What am I doing? And we just really divide up that you know, we have the overall plan. We don't know how long it's going to take to build a mountain, for example. So we just slam it and we go, where are we at? And what is it going to take to finish it off?
You know, my regret about that mountain is that they barely, the first mountain in the first build, that Yeti cave was off stud. It was on an angle compared to the rest of the mountain. And it took me like 3-4 hours to get the whole cave on a funny. You can't see it on screen for like 5 seconds. I was like, sorry.
Yeah,
all that poor time management. Such a bad decision.
The ice crack through it. That I put lights behind the ice crack.
I know.
Wasted.
We've learned a lot of lessons going along.
Yeah.
The hilarious part was I saw criticism online about the foot didn't come down far enough. Like it should have gone closer to the
Don't read
train.
the comments online.
No, I don't read.
I know.
Don't read the comments. People are jerks.
Yeah.
They're just there to get a rise out of you. Like, far out. They have no good impact.
Sorry about that.
Don't get me started, Ryan. I'll rage.
With some of the pre-built
team dynamic. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go.
I was going to say, so speaking of the team dynamics, how did you find, in a creative sense, working with your partners, especially if it was someone you didn't know beforehand? Did you sort of go in there thinking, I'll be the ideas person and the other person's going to manage it, or did you sort of switch and swap? What was your sort of team dynamic for each of you?
It was even chaotic working with my partner, who is my partner. I found that extremely challenging due to the fact that I've worked with, like, he used to work for me, so I was his boss. That's how we met. So, you know, going from that kind of aspect of, you know, I was his, like, working in a leadership environment to something where we actually have to fully collaborate on something. It was a very different environment, and it actually took me a really long time to adjust to it. So I think like that's easily something that was going to be our downfall.
Oh, Jess, sorry, I think that's your microphone on your phone.
Yeah.
A bit crackly.
Do you want me to mute myself?
Yes.
No.
Sorry.
Jess's or is it Atlanta's? Because it's when Atlanta speaks.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What?
No, it's Jess's.
That's Jess's.
Jess's,
Might
I
be
think.
looping.
Yeah.
Might be in the car.
Sorry.
For us, Michael, because Sarah and I didn't know each other, I think we're really lucky because we both sort of clicked from a creative perspective. Like we just kind of got each other as in our sense of humor, in our sort of creative mind. So we found the storytelling and aesthetics pretty easy to get on the same page with when we both technically had a lot to learn. So we kind of learnt together. So, but yeah, I mean, it's very challenging to meet someone, on pretty much day one and then learn to build together. And I think especially when you've never built with anybody, which a lot of AFLs don't build with other people, but
I'd
it's
say
actually
most people don't at all. It'd be almost most people would build solo, yeah.
But then it's that whole like divide and conquer thing because you can achieve so much more as a pair than what you can achieve on your own. I sort of went in thinking, it's the hardest part's going to be building with another person, but actually what we could achieve was so much more than what I could achieve by myself. So, and we did to really support each other. And I think it's coming in with a mindset of even if you don't know your partner, just backing them as much as you can because you're in it together and there's no choice about that. So you just want to, build each other up rather than tear each other down. Yeah.
I know, a few people are asking, were you able to pick your partner? Like, if you applied together, were you paired with the person you applied with, or did you all apply individually, or?
If you apply together, you go in with the person you applied with. But if you apply by yourself, you don't get to pick. The producers decide who they're going to pair you up with.
Yeah.
And yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you could apply as a team or just
with my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff and I applied together.
Yeah, I
And
applied
then
with
Ryan
my wife.
impregnated her.
But at this strange parallel, she fell pregnant. So and so not really.
That's one way to get her off.
Yeah, I was a proxy wife.
Yeah, so stand in.
We're not going to have our first Lego Master baby on
So
screen.
Ali for next season without you?
We're talking about Ali going on with my husband. So we're just trying to get her.
That'd be kind of funny.
Yes, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
We've theorized about whether or not our inside information would be helpful, and I think it would actually be a distraction because we'd be constantly like, "Oh no, don't do this. You need to do that," and you're like, "Stop it."
I'm going to add Steve into the live chat. Steve is another mug that has been around. Hi, Steve.
Hey, guys. How are you going?
Hey, Steve.
Steve is another regular host
Hello,
on
lovely.
live stream.
Hi, Claire. Hey, Ryan.
It's nice to see your face.
Thank you. Same. Ryan, I missed you in January. We have a catch up and we missed it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I wasn't available.
Time. No, I know. Well, it didn't happen anyway, so it's all good. Wow. I'm starstruck. There's Wade and Michael here as well. No, I'm only kidding.
Are we going to get more prevention next year?
Sorry, was that to me?
No, to the Lego Masters. Sorry.
What was your question?
Are we going to get everyone displaying at Brickvention next year?
Yeah, hell yeah.
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 Absolutely.
Done hoping so.
Can't keep me away.
We'll have to put in a special word with Michael then, Stevens, the approver.
It's funny actually. The other guys on my Sodor crew, the Thomas stuff, they're concerned that they're going to have a hard time keeping everybody away from the layout now. It's like, it's fine. It won't be a big deal. Not everybody loves trains. It's fine.
But everyone loves you.
Yep. My wife is your biggest fan, Ryan.
I was going to say, no, you guys are biased, and so are your partners. But beyond that, I think I'm still the awkward dork that's just made. Anyway, moving on.
I'm surprised there's not all the trains in every build.
So am I.
Yeah.
It was a battle. And if I had
Yeah,
not
these
been there,
like-
there would have been.
That's
So the running joke here is that we got this far in, and the only thing I'd built was one little wagon with dynamite in it, and that was going to be that's it. That's your train.
Sorry.
Okay.
Did anyone fill in an incident report after the collision that we saw tonight?
well,
That was that was you, David, wasn't it? David and Ryan.
yeah. We talked about that a little bit before, and they cut out. No, that's right. They cut out all the swearing because I was really upset.
It wasn't pleasant. It wasn't the worst thing to happen, but it definitely it was an impact.
Oh, it hurt. It hurt a lot.
The funniest part was that I can't remember who it was that asked, but I said, "Do you need a nurse?" And I was like, "No, it's fine." And then they said, "No, really, do you need a nurse?" And I was like, "Do you want me to need a nurse? Like, is this a manufactured TV moment that we're going to have
It's going
here?"
to be Hamish dressed up as a nurse.
Sure, bring me a nurse. And so we
Ryan,
pull out
this is how, right,
but
this is how
she
those
came, and so did 3 cameras.
Ah.
I went, and so she asked, "Do you need me?" Like, not really.
It sounds like a movie I accidentally stumbled across one night on SBS. So I'm not sure if that was the angle they were going. Michael, how dare you interrupt me?
Come on, Steve. We're on a mug stream.
I know. Is it? Hang on, Fleur was dropping F-bombs.
Yeah.
She
Damn,
never.
I thought I got away with it. Don't bring it up again, mate. That's
I mean, what do you mean? I didn't hear her swear at all.
Bad mummy.
Yep. Steve missed the conversation about the collision, but he didn't
Okay,
miss that.
it's okay, Fleur. I got you.
Thanks,
No, I saw that.
mate. Oops.
How long was the filming for? How long were you away from your families and away from everyone? Like,
That I don't think we can
Very.
say. Yeah.
we
No,
can't
it's very
say.
Probably, yeah.
say.
And it would be different for everyone. So,
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I
Everyone
can
for
say, I
at
guess,
least 3 weeks.
yeah.
Okay.
3 weeks for everyone.
The restrictions at first meant that we couldn't really see it was difficult to see our families. So, and
Yeah.
and Corona times, you
You're
notice,
staying in the same
there'll be
hotel and
probably
stuff?
people complaining in New South Wales that there were no New South Wales teams. But if you had kids this year, if you were interstate with COVID, you just wouldn't, it would have been too hard. So
I did hear a lot of applicants had pulled out in the last 3 or 4 weeks due to the restrictions and COVID and everything.
It doesn't
Yeah, not
surprise me.
sure.
Yeah. Then
Yeah.
I don't know.
The article that I saw actually said that they had no one pull out, and they were surprised because they had to push the production back, but they were happy. I think Brickman or Hamish commented that they were happy that they didn't have to, particularly Queensland and WA teams stayed on for the ride throughout that time of uncertainty. Okay. So I would call that fake news based on the article that was released on Channel 9. So.
Channel 9 also said that I'm a high school teacher, so who knows?
I will not follow that up with the factual information, but
and she and I are brick buddies, but you're a teacher, so anyway, whatever.
Okay. So
you mean you're not my brick buddy?
Well, I am.
We're not brick buddies?
Oh no!
Brick buddies.
You've just dug yourself a hole, Ryan.
I actually picked our name to be like something about de facto or something like that, like something inappropriately suggestive of our relationship.
I would stop
buddies.
right now, Ryan, if I were you.
Sorry?
I would stop talking right now if I were you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your wife watching?
Actually, probably not.
Is the divorce lawyer watching, Ryan?
No.
Yeah, you're going to be fun to troll.
Right, next question.
So my wife is very much aware of what she's trying herself up for here.
How was it working with Ryan, as in Brickman?
Amazing.
I thought everyone was going to comment on working with me.
Yeah, Gabby. I was very intimidated by him at first. He is so generous with his knowledge and so spot on with what he says in his feedback. Sometimes that's hard to hear, and sometimes he was very kind when he could tell that you were hurt. But all he wants is for you to do the best Lego model that you can do. That is the heart of that man, and he is such a good man. He really, really is. It was such an honor to be around him. Yeah.
I'm actually impressed by all the teams actually listening to his feedback this year.
Yeah,
where previous years they just
number one rule: listen to the judge and the expert.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you not been watching Owen and Owen? No, not Owen. Just Owen.
Yeah,
my favorite video.
Eventually, right?
I don't know if you saw a caption that Owen put in one of his photos. I think it was from last ep. He said, "Okay, me at home watching Break." I'm paraphrasing. Me at home watching season 1. Why don't they listen to Breakman? Me in season 3. Yeah, I think I know more than Breakman. Yeah, I now fails spawn.
Yeah.
Every one of us. Like I think the art gallery. So that the mission to Mars, that was a elimination, but I think every single team that went past them said, put color into it. Don't, Brickman said it, Scotty's saying it.
Yeah.
Put color into it. It's like, it's not a fair battle when you put up, like, and I even said to him, maybe it was afterwards, but I said, look, at Brickvention, this would get so many likes. This is just...
Yeah, because it was amazing build.
I saw on the TV it had like the viewer's choice.
Viewer's choice,
Yeah. But it's not... Think about the target market for the show. Think about what it is that excites Ryan. What is he asking for? Yeah,
that's really interesting about the show as well, because building in the show is really different to what you do building at home. You have to learn how to build for that particular show. You
Definitely
have to remember not building black. You have to remember that the cameras are going to be shooting. Sorry, that wasn't directed at you.
I see how it is. No, I'll remember this, David.
If it's not apparent,
Sylvie said the exact same thing, and then he took it back straight away after the episode. He's like,
"What did you just say a couple of minutes ago, David? Maybe you should stop talking now, Ryan. Maybe you should stop talking now, David."
Yeah,
no, it's way more fun hearing him.
A question has been asked by Rowan, and he's asked it to Ryan, but I'm going to direct it to everyone. So, after being on the show, will it change how you build for future shows, like Lego shows, as opposed to TV shows, of course?
Oh yeah.
I've never done a Lego show, so it will.
Well, even the way we build at home.
I think
the way we build at home. Yeah.
I was going to say, I reckon I will, because one of the big things that the Gabs and I learned through the Ned Kelly build was about looking at it as a work of art. Like, look at it as a painting. Look at it, the compositional elements. Like, each of those elements were grouse. Like that house, incredibly complex. The tree, gorgeous. The bloomin' koala, gorgeous little character, and definitely not just it wasn't like a creator set koala. Like, that was a sick little koala. But amazing. Because of the way that we'd staged it and we didn't put much thought into where Ned was, like, Ned could have stayed the same size, but if he was further back and had the buildings further in front and the tree on the, just right there in the middle of the left-hand side, it would have made a whole lot more sense. So I think that, I'll definitely look at my works in terms of what does the eye see? Where's the what's blocking what clear the space so you can see the other things, Yeah.
Less is more sort of thing.
Yeah. Like, so many of our things, we just jam on the minifigs. I've got this big mountain that blocks off a whole lot of things, and unless you're 6'3", you can't see what's on top. I reckon the mountain, rather than looking like an organic structure, I'll reshape it to stage something in it. It's more about covering base plates when you're doing a massive train layout. I think I'll make decisions about how they're covered.
Okay.
Do you feel at times that I have to say the Brickman, or not Ryan, the Brickman, he's sort of holding back in reserve because he wants to get in and do stuff with the Lego himself?
Yes.
Do you see that?
I think he'd say
He's trying to get that impression. He's just sitting there fuming, wishing.
Is
he's
it
like,
ching?
I want him.
You can see his fingers twitching.
Yeah. That's the way it comes
He
across.
said it all the time.
I think we've seen Hamish play with some of the Legos.
I got to see him building in the brick pit a couple of times. I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah. He used to say it though. You'd go into the brick pit and he'd be like, "Do you know what it's like to come and not be able to play?" You know, like because he's so passionate about building, and we were in the opposite going, "Do you know how stressful it is to be building right now?"
Yeah.
So the answer to that, Fleur, you should say, "Yeah, I've been to your exhibition, Ryan. I'm not allowed to play with your stuff." So I totally
yes. How do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
One of the questions we had earlier was there any Duplo in the brick pit?
I think there are a couple of Duplo animals.
Well, yeah, that'd be about all.
That's about it. Yeah.
Because if you guys have all been to the Jurassic World exhibit,
it was great.
The Duplo dinosaur.
Yes,
Dinosaur.
It was awesome.
Really cool. Yeah.
Maybe that's what they need to do.
Works at that scale.
I
was talking to Geordie about it. I'm just name dropping. I was talking to Geordie about it, and he was saying that the Duplo was really hard because of the poor clutch power. It was really difficult to build those kind of structures in it. So that's and I've got plenty of Duplo in my house with my kids. It's a new challenge.
The Christmas tree 6 years ago, they built was mostly Duplo, but it was mostly glue too.
Yeah, it's true.
Are we starting a petition for the Duplo flark, or?
I think we need to have
I don't think we need any more flarks in the world.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I was impressed how much flark wasn't a big deal.
No,
that was in between us. It became the butt of the jokes, and you really fluffed it, didn't you? Yeah.
I have permission, David, from tonight I can post pictures of the little flark you made me in a bottle. for my birthday, so after the show, I'm allowed
David's
to show that off. So
than ours.
Hey, wait, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to love and leave everyone because I'm old and a parent who's been up since 4:30 this morning. So I'm really fading.
No worries.
I'm so apologetic, but it's been such a pleasure and always to be here with you guys. And we just feel so much love and support from Mugs. We can't really comment a lot on Took at the moment for obvious reasons, but we feel that love from you guys, and we know that even when things go badly, that you've got our back and you support us, and you're just a beautiful community that is such an honor to be part of. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
As one of the Mugs,
and we love you all at Mugs meetings.
Can't wait to see you on the weekend. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Okay.
See you all.
People are going to head off? All right.
I'm heading off.
People are leaving.
I think I need to go too.
Okay. Everyone's going. Okay. We might wrap it up there.
An hour and 13 out of us. It's more than anyone else has.
It's amazing. And I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope to be able to do this again, maybe after the grand final, and can get everyone on and have a chat about the outcomes of everything. Maybe I'll message you guys and see. But yeah, thank you very much for your time tonight. It's been amazing to have a chat and find out some little inside tidbits. And yeah, we'll look forward to chatting further. All right, I'm going to end the broadcast now. So thanks everybody for watching.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks everyone. Good luck with the rest of the season, guys.
Thank you.